Today is Organ Donation Week. It's the start of Organ Donation Week. And to coincide with that, we're going to play a bit of music for you now. This is a singer, Carl McGuckin. And Carl has released a track, and it is called Second Dance. Have a listen. Well, that lovely tune's in honour of local organ donors and their families, and you know, the gift of life that they actually provide to people. The song shines a light on how through organ donation the recipient gets a second chance. That's what it's called, Second Dance, and the recipient gets a second chance at a second dance through life. Right now I'd like to speak to a couple of people. Marcin McGowan. Marcin's 3-year-old son Dahi has been waiting for a heart transplant for a long time now. And also Tim Brown. Tim's a transplant surgeon at Belfast City Hospital. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Marcin, tell us about Dahi. How long has he been waiting for this transplant?
Well, thanks for having us on this morning. No, Dahi, on the 1st of June there, Dahi was 2 years on the transplant waiting list. Luckily, throughout that time, he's been stable. But with needing a heart transplant, it's when all other medical options have been exhausted. So although he's been doing well, I hope he continues to do well. There's nothing else at this moment in time that can help Dahi but the gift of a new heart.
Well, we should say that he's getting on with his life. He's at nursery school today, isn't he?
Yes, he's just returned to nursery school this morning. So he's in, he has his wee friends group, but he started last week and he only lasted 2 days and ended up in hospital for an overnighter.
Yeah.
So it was just a reminder that that. I know. We forget that there's
But you and your family, you must live on a knife edge. You must always be worrying about him, always looking out, thinking about his immunity and all sorts of things.
Well, that's it. It is a very stressful life, but we have geared our energy all towards. We started a campaign called. Well, it was supposed to be a local campaign, and we called it Donate for Dahi, and it was an awareness drive for organ donation, and it kind of just took off, and it's now reached people all over the world. So that's been keeping us busy and keeping our minds focused on, we believe that, awareness can save lives, and it can.
When you say awareness, Marcin, what do you mean? Before I go on to talk to the doctor, I mean, what is the purpose of this week? What opportunity does this week give? When you say awareness, meaning what?
Well, this week during Organ Donation Week, we're encouraging people to take part in a thing called Coffee Station, and it's a coffee morning throughout the week to have the conversation. So we've combined those both words, and having the conversation. If I could just give you a few quick statistics, last year in the UK, 140 families said no to organ donation because they weren't aware of their loved ones' wishes. A further 109 families overruled their loved ones' decisions, and we're just encouraging people to have that conversation this week, because a simple 2-minute conversation just to make your loved ones aware, and make it clear what your wishes are.
But you know what? I think, however hard and however painful and unpalatable that conversation may be, when they hear about youngsters like Dahi or anybody, then you humanise it and you realise there could be a greater good or a secondary good, or as the song said, a second dance to be had by so many people. Let's go to Tim Brown. Wow, what a guy he is. He is a transplant surgeon at the City Hospital in Belfast. Tim, massive responsibility for you to do what you do. For us, it seems like a science that is, it's magical almost. How complicated is it what Dahi is facing?
Well, thanks very much for having us on and highlighting such an important topic today, Eamon. I can't emphasise enough how important this is. So, how complicated is it? Well, I think the first thing to say is that all transplantation starts with a tragedy, and there's nothing this is not to take away in any way from the deep tragedy that the donor families experience. However, what I would say is that in that dark and horrible moment when people discuss organ donation in an intensive care unit, that is the start of a huge and amazing journey for a number of people in light of that person's death. Each donor can save 9 people's lives on the organ donor or on the organ transplant waiting list across the UK. Every day in the UK, we have 3 potential recipients who die waiting for an organ for want of a suitable organ that should become available for them.
But so, Tim, do you see it from both sides? Do you extract the organs and then implant them, or are those jobs for different surgeons?
Well, we all have been on the organ retrieval service in our training. It's split really between the organ donor service. There's a team of people called the National Organ Retrieval Service, whose job it is to retrieve organs, and they procure organs and make them available for the various transplant centres across the UK. So during our training, we're usually part of the organ donor retrieval service, and as well as that, of course, I do living donor retrieval in Northern Ireland, which is an incredible service. We've got the biggest living donor programme in the world in Northern Ireland. I suppose that highlights the altruistic nature of the Northern Irish population.
Incredible, yeah.
I mean, it's a truly inspiring thing to sit in clinic and somebody is coming to end-stage kidney failure and they know they need an organ.
Are we in a situation, do we opt in or opt out?
At the minute, we're in an opt-in situation.
But you'd like to see it an opt-out situation?
No, actually, I mean, I don't believe that opt-out is actually going to change anything.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sort of probably swimming against the tide on this one. I think really what we need to concentrate on is education, and that's, I think, a little bit about what Organ Donation Week is about. I think the fact is that people should really, I mean, it's a no-brainer that people should be signing up to the Organ Donor Register, but as well as that, people need to have a conversation with their loved ones. As Marcin said, they need to have a conversation with their loved ones to make sure they're aware of their wishes should they pass away.
Okay, well that's what this week is all about. For Dahi, there he is today. He's at his nursery school today. He's 3 years of age. He's been waiting for a heart transplant for over 2 years.
Yeah.
What difference could that make to him, to his life expectancy, to his quality of life, and to his whole family? What significant difference?
Well, there's no doubt that organ donation will facilitate his transformation from where he is at the minute to hopefully, if it all goes well, a healthy young boy who has a normal life again. Organ donation is a truly transformational thing to do, and when we transplant our patients and they come back to see us weeks later, they really have just turned into a completely different person. They say, Tim, I've got my life back again, and it really is a wonderful transformation to see. But we can't do that. We cannot do that transformation because of the gap between supply and demand of recipients. Well, that's
the difficult conversation this week is all about. Thanks to people who donate, we can't do it without them. We can't do it without you, Doctor, as well. Really appreciate your work. And Dr. Tim Brown is a transplant surgeon at Belfast City Hospital. Marcin McGowan, final word about your young lad and what you're looking forward to when this transplant comes about.
Well, it's actually great to share the radio with. I would consider, I haven't met Tim before, but I would consider him a superhero. We on the other hand, we do believe that a change in law would be a part of a process the normalisation of the organ donation, and I do agree with him that education is key, but we do also believe that that the system changing will also add to that and will help people like Dahi and others waiting on the waiting list.
Good luck to you, Marcin, and good luck to your boy as well. And
thanks very much.
Thank
really
you very much indeed. Thinking of you. And so there you are. It's the beginning of Organ Donation Week, and you heard both Marcin and Dr. Martin there talking about Dr. Brown talking about the difficult conversation to be had. Incidentally, the song, there is a video for Second Chance. It's online now. What we've done is we've put a link up on Twitter and on Facebook, and you can see that. And so there it is, all of that marking Organ Donation Week.